Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done. Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake, sidestep. I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best. Snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play. Hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way. No look behind the back. Fred in the scene. Every angle, every shout. I'm chasing the dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you for tuning in to Passion and Precision. Hopefully you're having a good night, enjoying all the WNBA, everything, sports, a lot going on. But we're here to give you the Passion and Precision view on what's going on in sports. So before we get into everything, Key, how are you doing tonight?
What up? What up? It's Friday. That means the weekend's here. We get to talk about all the shenanigans that went down. Mm-hmm.
Right. All right, Jory, how are you doing tonight?
We're doing all right. It's been a long week. I'm tired. I did a lot of reading. I know you hear the honorary co-host in the back growling.
Sound like she purring. Sound like a cat.
Well, look, we'll see if we, get Bella a little involved. Because sometimes when we talk about stuff, she expresses herself. Mm-hmm. We learned some of the teams that she don't like and some of the people that she doesn't like. So we'll find out some more. Also, obviously, those of you in the chat, appreciate you coming through. Want to hear from you with everything that we talk about. So, just unload in the chat. Be respectful. Let's have some fun with it. All right. So this is what we have going on tonight. I was going to talk about Jackson Dart. Big news for him. He's getting his grand debut this weekend. Got to talk about those Sanders because we know they love being in the spotlight. Going to talk about NFL coaching. Some guys are on the hot seat. We'll give you our point of view on who's going to get canned first, and obviously our team previews, Bird's Eye View, Foxborough Fives, Music City Blitz, and then we got picks and all that and even more. So let's go ahead and get going. Let's start with the beef that I guess, has kind of been brewing, I feel like. It almost seems like this stems back to the Super Bowl. Russ throws the interception. You remember Sherman had to be the one to, be all theatrical on the sideline. Every camera caught him. And it seems like since that, he can't let Russ win in any way. So he's doing a podcast, I believe, with Tony Gonzalez as well, talking about Russ as a Hall of Famer. They both kind of say, not really. And Russ even dropped that the Legion of Boom kind of made those Seattle teams, and Russ was just along for the ride. So I guess we got to start with, is Russ kind of hurting his Hall of Fame candidacy? Because that's what Tony Gonzalez said. With each passing year and Russ bouncing around and him struggling, he might be playing himself out of the Hall of Fame. Do you agree with Tony Gonzalez on that?
I do.
Okay.
And go ahead.
No, you'll finish your thought. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. I'm like, I do. And those last 4 snaps, he did that crap on purpose. You can't tell me that. He did that on purpose. He knew some way that I'm on my last legs. I'm going to just say F it.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of thought that watching that performance as well. Because some of those moon balls are like, was there even a purpose behind that?
No.
The one that got picked off was in like quadruple coverage. Did not understand that one. Then the one down the middle of the field where it was thrown to neighbors, and neighbors end up taking a big hit from it, and it's like, so now you're just throwing hospital passes down the middle of the field. It's like, yeah, maybe Russ had an inclination that his time was coming to an end, and he was just like, whatever. But I mean, Key, do you think Russ is playing himself out of that Hall of Fame jacket?
I mean, I think he'll get in. You know, he won't be no first ballot or nothing. I think Russ did enough to possibly maybe sneak in, but his later, I mean, with this stint with the Giants, is I can say maybe out of his worst stint. I think he was not bad with. He wasn't bad with Pittsburgh. He wasn't bad with Denver. Denver, you know, we all know how dirty Denver did him.
Yes.
But with the I don't know, just with the Giants, I don't know. It seemed like he got to playing. He get in there and don't know what he want to do. Like Russ, you've been doing this for years. You know how to play the game of football. You know how to throw. I know you know how to throw better balls than that. Trying to get receivers killed. And then that 4 downs, he just throwing them to the back of the end zone. Who are you throwing it to? What are we doing, Russ? What are we
Got
doing?
an intentional grounding.
But for
in the red
Richard
zone.
Sherman to say it was the defense that carried him, this is where I disagree, Richard.
Okay.
Who's putting up points? It's not you. It wasn't the leader of the boom putting up points and winning games. Yes, defense is a big part of winning. But who is putting up the points? It's Russell. Russell was putting up the points, whether it was Doug Baldwin, whether it was who else was over there? Shoot, I forget who his receivers, and he was throwing the running backs was in Seattle.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham. I think for a little bit there.
Was Curse over there? Or Percy Harvin? I forget who was in Seattle those days. But he was the one throwing? Who was he throwing to? Russ was scoring points. He's on offense. He's the quarterback. He's in charge of the offense. So yes, he scores points. Yes, the Legion of Boom was a great defense on a great team. But come on, Russ. I mean, come on, Richard, for you to say, oh, he's just in this, or he's this without a great defense, you can't do that, bro. You can't. Russell's putting up points. He's putting up points because if offense don't score no points, you don't win no games.
Right. I always wonder if, Sherman's talking about the defense, obviously, and also the running game, because I feel like Sherman was obviously a big fan of Marshawn Lynch. And once again, to that play, they should have handed it to Marshawn Lynch, whatever. But like looking at Russ's career, he's played 13 seasons. How many seasons do you think he's thrown for over 4,000 passing yards?
His first season with Seattle, he threw 4,000.
Yeah. All 4 times he threw for over 4,000 yards was in Seattle.
After Seattle, that was it.
So does the fact that he's only done it 4 out of 13 years, does that hurt him, especially when we're looking at this era of guys throwing for 5,000 yards and it being kind of a passing league? Does that make Sherman's point a little bit? I don't know.
I mean, he took Seattle to the playoffs every damn year. It wasn't a playoff that you cannot say Denver was. I mean, Seattle was in it. Besides that one pass, which he should have audible. F that. He should have when he heard Bevel with that pass, with that call, he should have said, F this, you getting in the beast mode. Because Marshawn even said in his interview, I think it was an interview with Shannon, he even said, I thought I was getting the ball.
Yeah.
I'm like, and when that defense was getting hurt and getting old and it was visible, guess who carried them?
That's true.
Russell, last name.
That's the one thing I don't like about Richard Sherman. He's bitter. And you can blame Russ for for that play all you want to. Blame Pete Carroll and the offensive coordinator. They called it.
See, the only thing I would like to know behind the scenes, did they give Russ like 2 calls and then trusted Russ to be like, whatever the defense gives you, run one of the plays? Like if it's something like that, whatever. But it still was a great play by Butler to jump the route. Like the throw was there. It was just, Butler just jumped it. It's one of those bang bang plays, and it is what it is. I also wonder some of this Russ's personality,
Yes.
because there's something about Russ that's like can be probably off-putting to teammates, and maybe some of these guys are just going to hold on to that forever. It sure might just be one of those.
Well, Marshawn even said that about Russ. Like again, just go back to Shannon Sharp's interview when he was on Club Shay Shay. He said nobody could call Russell. You had to leave a message or something with his agent or something for him to call you back. Because something had happened and Marshawn wanted to check in and make sure he was good.
Mhm.
And when he said that, when he couldn't get through, he was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
But blame Pete Carroll for how Russell was treated. When they he used to tell the guys, "Oh, don't mess with Russell," blah blah
Mhm.
blah. So that's on Pete Carroll how Russell came up in that locker room that made him weird to the team in the locker room. I blame Pete Carroll for that. But for him for you gotta screen calls though. Like nobody could call
No,
you. That's weird. That's weird behavior.
Yep, I agree.
And the last point I want to make
Mm-hmm.
is about Russ's career. Like right after, like Denver, they screwed him. How you gonna give a veteran quarterback a rookie head coach who has no clue what he's doing and expect for them to gel off rip? Nathaniel Hackett had no idea,
Nope.
no clue how to run a team effectively, and that was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Hackett got fired in his first season.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton didn't even want Russ in the beginning. Killed his
True.
confidence. They did him dirty, yanked him so they didn't have to pay him.
Told this man to take a pay cut. Excuse me? I just won y'all 5 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to do what? Russ was a true professional because anybody else would have jabbed Sean Payton.
Right.
And even in excuse you.
See? Bella's not a Russell Wilson fan.
Even when he went to Pittsburgh, yeah, he played well, kind of, sort of. It wasn't anything to hit home about. But the last half of the season, he collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Bella. He absolutely collapsed.
With some of that, you could put on Arthur Smith and the play calling. Even the Hackett stuff, they hired Hackett to get Rodgers there.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers didn't go there, and then they settled on Russ. So Russ wasn't even Hackett's choice. So it might be something where maybe some voters might feel sympathetic towards Russ because of the way his last few stops have gone. And look, he's with the Giants. Most people look at that Giants team and go, they're kind of a mess anyway. But whether it's Russ, Winston, Dart, you can throw whoever. You feel like anybody that's thrown into that Giant situation is probably going to struggle. Now, the worst thing that might happen is if Dart shows up and kills it with the same group, then Russ looks a little worse. So I don't know. I think it's interesting that Sherman just hates this man. And the fact that Russ isn't the type to kind of go back at him, that I don't know. I'd like to see Russ maybe say one thing about Sherman, just kind of shut it down.
But you know how Russ is. He's not that type of guy. Like he's not going to talk bad about nobody and anything else. That's just not him. So he's the team guy. He's the professional. You already seen what he said about getting benched. He was like, it's good for the team. I'm going back up Jackson the best way I can, mentor him and bet. So I mean, is Russ a great leader? Of course. I don't deny that. It's just you're getting old, Russ. You're getting old. Even if you were to go somewhere else, I don't know if you can be a starter in this league. You may be a good backup. So just be prepared for that when the time comes, or just ride to the sunset. I mean, what else more for you to do? You already got a championship. So, I mean, I can see if you didn't have a championship at all. Yeah. But you won one. You should have had 2, but it's okay.
Yeah, he's the ultimate bridge guy. And maybe the person we need to ask. Ask Sierra. Maybe Sierra knows how Russ really feels about it. She ain't got to worry about nobody, talking about her and her stance on it. Maybe that's who you got to ask. But
A lot of people don't like the fact that he started dating her because they say he changed. Of course, he became Hollywood.
I mean, yeah,
He went to the chick who really didn't want him, only was with him because of what he was about to become. And then you got Sierra, who's junior. Sierra got her own damn money. She don't need Russ's money.
yeah. That's so true.
And he keep her knocked up. So there's that.
Like he legitimately loves her and takes care. Like he'll do anything for Sierra. Like that's what a man's supposed to do when you get in a relationship with get married. Like he loves his baby future, and he knew that was a package deal. And then they had their own family. Like and they call him corny. Get out of here. He's a man that takes care of his family. Sierra got her own damn money, and she didn't need Russell's money. That's the power couple, in my opinion.
I mean, look, Russ still has a long way to go to catch the Sean Alexander, but
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I had forgotten all about Sean Alexander until
I forgot he was relevant until he
made 14 kids. I was like, bruh.
Well, this is his 14th. One did pass with you. Technically got 13, but 14. And his wife was up for that? Oh, no. I complain about my one. 14?
That lady been pregnant 14 times. She went through that 13 times, 14 times.
Where are there like no twins involved?
No. The oldest, I think
I kind of assume it was probably a set of twins or triplets.
The oldest is 19, and then it trickles down there. I'm sorry, I can't start over.
Wait a minute. They got 14 kids. The oldest is 19.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn, damn.
Once they got started,
I was like, okay, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm getting a sibling. All right, then a couple siblings, but then if you keep another one, like I'll be pissed.
After 3, I'd be mad.
Hey, let's go on site. Well, apparently, Side is only saying what up to y'all. I'm just nobody up here. It's all good, Side. I see what you're doing. Didn't see.
How do you not see Cal?
Is my camera on? You good, Side? I'm just messing with you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to. Look. I know Jory's ready to get going on this one. We have been monitoring some of these coaches. Look, we were just talking about the Giants. Brian Daboll made the move to Jackson Dart. We'll talk about that here in a second. You have Mike McDaniel. Dolphins still don't have a win. He kind of came into the year on the hot seat. So with each loss, obviously the flames get turned up more. And then this is a Jory special because Brian Callahan has come into focus past couple of weeks because they seem like they're making mistakes. The play calling is too conservative. Cam Ward's your young quarterback. At what point do you kind of just let him kind of be Cam Ward, take the mistakes as they are, but at least let him play like Cam Ward? So who gets fired first? Now, Side just says McDaniels has to be the first to go. What's going on, Kerm? So we'll start with you, Key. Which one of these goes first?
The man in the middle. We're gonna go Mike McDaniels.
Okay.
If the Dolphins don't beat the Jets, even though I think that's going to be a good competitive game because they both 0-3, but I still think the Jets are just a little bit more talented than the Dolphins. But if they go, I say 0-7, he got to go. He got to go. Some change in the locker room. Something got to give. I think what team has a team only meeting in week 2? Week 2. After week. It was week 1. Who has a team meeting? That's too damn early to be having some team meeting. And week 1, y'all got blown out week 1. So week 2, y'all had to come in and have a team only meeting. No, something changes in that locker room. I don't know if something got to give. They need a sturdier coach, and I don't care if Tua don't like it. He man up. You playing in the NFL. Ain't no soft people in the NFL.
Nobody's
Some,
gonna hold your soft ass hand.
I don't like how Brian Flores was talking.
Yeah, if Tua's balling out, I feel like fine. But the fact that Tua's struggling, he no longer gets a say in my coaching search if I'm Miami. Like Flores was too tough. We gave you the gentler gloves of Mike McDaniel, and you still out here playing like this. Like, no. The next coach needs to be more Flores like, because that team, especially when you're dealing with Tua, you got Tyreek Hill, who him and himself is a whole other like problem. Like you need somebody who's ready and can deal with that, with those type of personalities. Mike McDaniel, I think he's just like, part of me thinks McDaniel probably checked out. I don't know. See,
When you
Kerm,
say
I told
things
you I
like,
get you, Kerm.
when you say things like, in order to win the game, you have to win the game, not lose the game. That's how you win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get it right? Because it sounded like an elementary school ass tongue twister that just says a whole bunch of nothing.
That sounds like something you would ask Siri. Siri, how can I reword this? Or
Like,
Alexa.
what?
But it is something like that can get you fired. Because Anthony Lynn, when he was with the Chargers, there was I think it was after a Patriots game and they lost. A reporter asked him something, and I remember this. What he said,
Flores is still suing the Dolphins.
Yeah, he was. I don't think Flores want to go back to the Dolphins. I wouldn't.
I don't think Flores wants it. I don't think the Dolphins want that either. Because that'll just look really bad for them. But when Anthony Lynn was like, "I'm not sure," and everybody was like, "But you're the coach. How are you not sure?" It seemed like that was the end of him with the Chargers, and obviously we haven't seen him as a head coach since. So I think that quote from McDaniel, like when he does end up getting fired, well, I guess if we have to say, people are gonna remember that and go, "Yeah, this was the guy that y'all really had as your head coach, the guy who, even in your one successful season, y'all weren't prepared to play in the cold weather in Kansas City and mailed that game in, and you haven't even come close to getting back to that level since."
What happened? What did Brandon Staley say right after the Chargers got curb stomped 63-0?
Oh, that was in his job.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? And what happened the next day by noon? He was gone by noon.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said after this game, there's no point. They played in Vegas too. I was like, ain't no point of even going back to LA. Just go home. We will mail you your stuff. Just don't. You know what? Don't even get on the team plane. We will figure out how you can go home. Just go home. That was a butt. That I've never. Well, can't say that because Denver did that to Miami, Miami did it to Denver, but that was just truly they didn't want to play it. I don't know what happened, but yeah, McDaniels, if you get blown out in some fashion this season, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about how you mentioned Miami in that 70-point game versus Denver, what did they turn around the next week and do? Lose by 38.
Yeah.
I remember that. I'm like, wait a minute. You just put 70 up on.
And then you get blown out.
Then you get blown out by 40? What?
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
That's the weird part of the NFL.
They're frauds. They're led by that little evil McGenius nerd boy right there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't do much of anything but look like a rich junkie on the sideline. What do you do all week?
He clearly don't prepare.
Right. I feel like
do you Google?
I feel like they talk more about his wardrobe now than his actual game plan.
Do you Google how to win a game and just click the first thing that comes to mind? Do you chat GPT?
He kind of remind me in the beginning when we first got Nick. That's who he remind me of.
But Nick got over himself though. He's still emotional.
Yeah.
But he kind of got over himself.
This one right here. Winning that Super Bowl helped Nick a lot, but another like 2-3 years of them looking like they did before, I'm sure some Eagles fans would be like, okay, Nick, you've been here long enough. Like some of these cities, not even saying like Miami's like one of these hotbeds with the tough media or something, but it's like fans, they'll give you grace for like a year or two after winning a title, but then after that, it's like, okay, we kind of need another one. So Nick, I mean, I'm sure he's fine now, but we'll see. But I mean, I guess getting back to these three. So Jory, do you agree? McDaniel's the first to go?
Yes, even though I want Callahan to be gone like yesterday.
That's why I asked you, because I know that you have been on the Callahan needs to go bandwagon.
He gotta go, bro. He got to go. Y'all don't understand the amount of that man right there at the end. It's week 3, and I've already had 3 crash outs. 3. Because of him and his stupid play calling, him not knowing what's going on. I don't know. What do you do all week, sir?
Yes,
The team is undisciplined. We probably lead the league in penalties right about now.
Oh,
We had 131 yards worth of penalties in week 1. Please. You're not winning jack squat with that.
The weird thing with Callahan is he came from the Bengals.
That's why him and Zach Taylor can go ride a stallion to hell.
But I mean, like, but we've seen that Bengals offense. They're one of the more explosive offenses in the league. So why did he not try to bring that to Tennessee?
Believe it or not, it's Arizona.
Oh, there you go, Arizona.
Like
Arizona, New Orleans, then Tennessee.
Okay.
I knew we led the league. We were leading the league in penalties. Top 3, still leading the league. That's stupid.
Okay.
And then they take he decides to take back play calling. He decides to not play call no more. You didn't need to do it in the first goddamn place, being a rookie head coach, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, Callahan obviously will definitely has pressure on him, especially with a young quarterback, because we all know the last thing a team wants to see is the guy they draft first or, top of the first round not developing. Because then, even though I don't think any Titans fan should be here yet, but it's like they'll start looking around and be like, oh, was Ward the right guy? I think Ward is going to be a good quarterback. It's just that he needs a better coach right now.
I would have rather stunk with Vrabel for one more year. Let him go to New England. Go get Ben Johnson and pair him with Cam Ward. That's more of his quarterback, not no improv ass Caleb Williams.
Well, I mean that relationship seems like at least facing the Cowboys like it might be on the way up. We'll have to see this week how they look.
Facing the Cowboys. I wish I played the Cowboys.
Well, I'm just saying, hey, that's Jerry's team right there. That's the team he assembled. I want to go back to.
What y'all most penalized? You know what the most penalties y'all penalized for?
False starts. False starts. I know. Dan Moore Jr. False starts, days, buddy.
False starts, delayed games, offensive holding, defensive. It's false starts.
No.
False starts.
Yeah. All right, so Sajid asked. Oh, go ahead.
I need his damn daddy to get that area. Start getting them together again.
Yeah.
They're decent, but they're too many penalties.
Yeah. All right. No, not that one. All right, this one. So Sidon goes, Dayball's gone. Shouldn't Russ go since he's been benched? And using that to speak to the Jackson Dart decision by Brian Daboll. So Dayball's decided we're going with Jackson Dart. Should the question be asked, is it too soon to go to Jackson Dart? Is this a panic move by Daboll to try to save his job? Or do you think it's time to make the move?
Both.
Okay.
Both, because you after those 4 plays and what he did in overtime, how can you possibly trot that man back out on the field and say you're honestly trying to win a football game?
Okay. So my follow up would be to you. Would you rather them go to Reverend Jameis before Dart, or are you fine with them going to Dart?
I'm fine with it. This is not little league. He got to learn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry he got to go against the Chargers. I'm sick and tired of the Chargers myself. But I look, sink or swim.
Mm-hmm.
You got to struggle a little bit until you figure it out.
Yeah.
Now, if he shows flashes of looking really good, if he competes, if he does some things to make that Chargers defense look silly, Dayball may have bought himself a few more weeks.
Okay. Because you did speak about the schedule before you jump in your key. So Dart's looking at the Chargers this week, the Saints next week, which okay.
That should be his
Then,
first. That should be his first win.
right. And that could do a lot for his confidence. But then you get Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, Niners.
Yikes!
And then you get Bears, Packers, Lions. Like he's going
Tigers. Oh my!
So I do think Giants fans will have to kind of
Whew.
temper the way that they evaluate Dart against some of these defenses, because he's going to go up against some tough coordinators and tough defensive fronts. So,
And there's no reneging now, Dable. You said he was your starter for the remaining of the season. So you can't flip-flop and say, all right, Russ, come on back.
yeah, I feel like Russ is probably done. That's what I'm saying. Reverend Jameis, I'm just saying.
Russ is done. Nah, Jameis is okay where he's at. Jameis is a good guy.
He's just there for morale.
Yeah, honestly.
Jameis is so entertaining, though.
I would love Jameis in Philly. I don't care if he was third string, second string. I would love Jameis in Philly.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Jameis? Like
all the stuff he was doing in the offseason, I was like, this man just has fun with life, and I respect that.
He would be good on TV.
Oh, he's already setting that up for his post-career. He's going to be on somebody's broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Kern said it's going to be a disaster for the Giants. Well, it already kind of is a disaster, but I guess it could get worse.
Well, going to get fired anyway, so don't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you bring Jackson Dart in or not. He's going to play with Russ, you still getting fired. Jackson Dart, you're still getting, at the end of the day, at the end of the season, Dayball will not be here.
Mm-hmm. So Simon says Winston should be the guy.
No, not Mr. Interception. I love Jameis to death, but no.
He's blind as a bat.
He got the
He throws balls to the other team. He had eye surgery. He still can't see.
That's still one of the more fascinating things. He waited till like year 6 to get LASIK. And I remember him at Florida. But I remember him at Florida State. He squinted all the time at Florida State. And I was like, okay, once you get to the league, the team's got to be like, all right, let's get you some LASIK. It was like, no, they were just fine with it. So he's throwing 30 interceptions a year. It's like, has nobody thought that the eyesight might be a problem? But I don't know.
He got corrective surgery and he still can't see. He still can't tell the difference between his players and the other players.
Yes, Sajid, he did get it corrected, but
can't tell.
The decision making is still a little shaky.
And if you're trying to keep this locker room together, why not inject some youth? They already know what they're going to get with Jameis.
Mm-hmm.
It's either going to be a boom or it's going to be a hot, stinking mess.
All right, let's keep it moving. So we'll see. Like when one of these three does end up getting fired, we'll obviously revisit this and see if it was McDaniel who was first. Or maybe, because we know how the NFL is, it might be a surprise candidate that gets canned first. But
the Ravens keep looking
let's go ahead and get
like that.
Who?
The Ravens defense keep looking like that. There's a couple of people that's going to be on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Zach Orr, especially when you see what McDonald's doing in Seattle, and Orr was like his understudy, and then they elevated him. Seattle's defense looks really good. Baltimore's not so much.
They also let Denard Wilson walk out.
True.
He's doing
Yeah,
pretty good.
that's true. That was kind of an underrated, departure for them as well. Ravens fans thought they were okay because, hey, we got Zach Orr still. As we
They
see.
lost their quarterbacks coach. I said I knew that was going to be an issue. Now, what's the biggest issue with him now?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much coaching could affect Marlon Humphrey and Jair Alexander. Hawks defense needs corners. Yeah. I still remember that Tariq Woolen play. I'm actually high on Tariq Woolen, but he seems like he's slipped a little. But let's go ahead and get into Key's bird's eye view. So, Key, turn it over to you.
Alrighty then. Mr. Nolan Smith goes out on the IR. No surgery or anything. He retweaked his right tricep, so he's gonna be out. Got a couple players on the IR. Darius Cooper and I think Bennett as well. So yeah, defense took a hit a little bit, but next man up. So we'll see how we do against the Tampa Bay. And then Nick Sirianni needs to grow a pair. What I mean by needs to grow a pair, that whole debacle of that first half and who was calling plays. He said Kevin was and blah, blah. No. Don't be being soft because you didn't want to throw him under the bus. No. This is what you're a head coach for, Nick. You're supposed to go at him and say, what is this? So what are we doing? Y'all didn't want me to call plays, so y'all wanted the offensive coordinator. So he's offensive coordinating, but it ain't working. But no, you're not supposed to sit there and you don't want to throw him under the bus. No, you're supposed to. You're supposed to go over there and be like, what is this offense doing? What are we doing? That is your job. You have a right to intercept to say, hey, this is not working right. Switch it up. Say something to the man. Don't wait till Jalen Hurts got to say something to him to get the offense going. So Nick, you need to grow some. Okay, you need to just when it comes to speaking out and speaking up, I think you need to do that more. Same thing when they asked him about, do you want CJ Gardner-Johnson back? Even though we technically can't get him back, but still, you could have just said, that's up to Howie. Oh, I like her. No, just say that's a Howie Roseman thing. Like, some stuff, Nick, some stuff you need to say, some stuff you need to just shut up about. Again, grow a pair, Nick.
Sergeant Hurts is a psychopath. Nick Saban has created a psychopath.
He gets emotion. He it depends on what it is. He will smile. But
that's all you're gonna get.
Straight stone cold. But no, in the Super Bowl, he had me cracking up. My favorite part of the Super Bowl is we done. You sure we done? Like he wanted to put more points on Patty. But no, last year Hurts. I like that he was laughing and he was loosening up. But the man this year, no, he's all about business. So he will show some emotion. Yep. It's, so but when we won, they showed the camera straight ice. But keys to this game, don't get behind. Saw last week what happened. We got behind and we clawed our way back in because the offense decided they wanted to click. And we're not going to win games again by field goal blocking. That's not going to come every week. So we can't get behind, especially Baker Mayfield's on a 2-game winning streak with coming from behind to win games. Did it against the Jets, did it against Houston. We're not going to put Baker in that situation. So don't get behind. Get AJ involved early, not just AJ, Devontae Smith, Goddard, who else you got to go. Get them involved early. Don't start this conservative mess. This is not the style that we play. If we watched last year, how we got to the Super Bowl, we wasn't conservative. The name of the game is to score points as many points as you can. That's how you win football games. So give it to your playmakers early, and let them loose. Do not, Kevin Petrillo, keep bouncing Saquon Barkley up the damn middle. Teams are stacking the box now on Saquon. They are stacking the box. Why are we running up the middle? The sides are open. You got the left side, you got the right side. Pick your poison. Don't keep running this man up the middle. Oh, a brick wall here. Let me keep letting him run into it. I don't care how good your offensive line is. If you keep running up the middle, you're not going to open up nothing. Let him bounce outside. That's what he's known for. Or give him a screen pass out the offside. Saquon
Soften up the middle first.
Mm-hmm.
Do things that'll make them respect what he can do in space. And then that'll open up between the tackles, you dummy. If I understand that, and you're the offensive coordinator, come on now.
The running game opens up the pass. The pass and open up the running, whichever one. But you keep running up the middle, they stack. Teams are going to stack the box, Kevin. He ran for 2,000 yards last year. They're going to stack the box. Come on now. Mm-hmm. Think outside the box. Run him to the left. He's good. He can catch off the backfield. He's a good back that can catch. Give him a screen. We got offensive players that can block for him. Give him a screen. I'm just saying, don't keep running him up the middle. Last but not least, defense got to step it up. We got some hurt pieces. So, Darius Smith, this is your time. Next man up mentality, which I think he'll be fine. Adoree Jackson, thank God, is doubtful this week. So he won't be in there. He won't be in. So the next man up there. So hopefully, if Godwin is back, he don't chop us up too much, or Ibuka don't go off. So next man up for the secondary, but yeah, Adoree Jackson, yeah, he's doubtful. So yeah, keep your doubtful stuff on that bench where you need to go, and just keep swimming like Dory does.
So let's say that Godwin and Tristan Wirfs are questionable.
We'll find out Sunday morning. They're gonna be like, "Oh, they're playing."
Yep. All right, that's the bird's eye view. Let's go ahead. All right, Jory, Music City Blitz.
What the hell are we doing? Dead ass. What is going on in Nashville? I was just up there this September. Last month. 6 weeks ago. What is going on up there? What do y'all got going on? You trade a starting cornerback for a 7th round pick?
Mike Vrabel wanted him too.
At all. And you know that. Amy petty as hell. What?
Yeah.
They were not going to give him the Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. They sent them to the Jets. Like if it was a backup or third stringer, our starting damn corner.
How do you trade your starting corner?
I don't know. And then Callahan to sit up here and say it's not a fire sale. Your ass is on fire right now. We know that. But don't sit here and say it's not a fire sale. Sir.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the man with the sunglasses. I saw this picture, and that leads me to Mr. Calvin and Ridley.
Catch the ball, sir.
Right.
But there's little itty bitty windows so you can lock in on the ball. Get out of your own head.
Yeah. Ridley.
Alec. Sir, you and Tyler Lockett are there to develop Alec, and Kamir. Fine. I know there's some injuries.
Got a question for you.
Brian Flores.
Now, like if you wanted to go offensive mind, I think I said these names before. Joe Brady with Buffalo is going to be somebody that's going to be kicked around.
Mm-hmm.
I know you probably don't want this name, but Cliff Kingsbury is going to be a name that gets shopped around a little bit.
I don't need a smug head coach that's gonna smirk on the sidelines because I'll throw something at my TV for real if you do something stupid and you got this stupid ass grin on your face.
Yeah.
I already want to kick the TV when I see Callahan. Or just throw my phone off the deck.
Mm-hmm. There's also another guy, but I'm blanking on his name. What if Greg Roman, he's the OC with the Chargers.
If we're going to become the Tennessee Ravens, I'd rather not.
She will lose her mind.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, just want to throw some names out at you.
And then I saw this post, and some of the names that they put out there really just grinded my gears. You know exactly what post I'm talking about, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Orr in that defense is terrible. Why the hell would I want him to be my coach? He can't coach corners. He doesn't know how to be. What I don't understand what he's doing. You got Roquan in space, and Roquan is tragic. There's a reason why Chicago didn't want to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
He's all bark and little to no bite, especially when he has to be one-on-one. And then you try to hide him, and he still gets exposed.
He was still playing. Damn.
Exactly.
Remember, the Ravens were caught with the situation of Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen.
Mm-hmm.
They were quick to let Patrick Queen go.
In the division at that.
Went to the Steelers, and I mean, from a little bit I've seen from the Steelers, like he seems like he's got a little more fight in him than Roquan. Like Penei Sewell had that man backtracking. Like you're the middle linebacker. Your job is to, plug the gaps on the running game, but you backtracking, just giving up yards to Montgomery. Nah, that was
because he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, do you blame him having to block Sewell? I'm not doing that either.
True. That's true.
I'm not. And why would I want anything attached to that Ravens defense? You got Marlon Humphrey out here getting burnt, jaw jacking, and then getting burnt again. And then his little long head ass had a nerve to make a podcast right after. See, this is the problem. That's the problem with him. He talked too much. I know it wasn't a good day at the office, but shut up.
I did
You're
just
so
think of a
unserious.
defense. I did just think of a defensive mind for a head coach. Jeff Hafley. He's the defensive coordinator with the Packers.
Brett is going to say everything negative to try to keep that man, and I'll take him.
Okay. Because I mean, you went from Vrabel defensive to Callahan offensive. Would you go with another offensive coach, or wouldn't mind a defensive guy?
I wouldn't mind a defensive guy if they know what I want a coach that's kind of well-rounded. That's hard to ask, but
yeah.
Right, Puda. You want a well-rounded coach. You wanted a well-rounded coach. Because Callahan ain't it. What do you do? They look soft. They look like they don't want to play. How the hell do the Indianapolis Colts just march into Nashville down 65 and beat you by 21? Because the thing is, if the offense had gotten started sooner, that would have been a closer game.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the issue with my team isn't the defense. It's the freaking offense. And the thing with that is, and I'm gonna move on, but you see flashes of what this offense could be. Open up the playbook, Callahan. Damn.
Sound like me.
Open up the playbook. Let Cam go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him learn. You can't this is not pre-K. He's gonna make those bad decisions. Last week, he had a pick 6. He learned.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
And you have a good defense and you're wasting it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I feel like we're gonna show up because that's the one game he has to win. If they don't, he's gone. Look, Miss Amy Petty, and she got something against the city of Houston. She wants to go down there and beat the crap out of Houston.
Okay. So Simon says he wouldn't be surprised if the Colts upset the Rams, which we'll get into picks here in a little bit, the way that they're playing now. All right. So we'll see if any of us pick that game, but I guess I'll go ahead really quickly. So last week was tough. The one team, the one quarterback I did not want to see get a win, Aaron Rodgers against my team. He didn't even have a good game. He threw for like 130 yards. He was an afterthought.
Y'all
The
beat y'all.
Steelers defense, I got to give them a lot of credit. Cam Hayward was a menace in the middle. You know, Drake May had the bad interception at the end of the first half. Ramondre Stevenson had the fumble, the goal line. They had 4 more fumbles. Like it was a mess. But the fact that they were in that game with the 5 turnovers, I think the Steelers only had 1. But I keep seeing people, especially in the Boston media, talking about, is the team any better than last year? If you look at the team from this season compared to last year, it's light years. Drake May looks much better. The defense can stop the run, where last year you could run all day on the defense. Yeah, they need Christian Gonzalez back. Hopefully that happens this week. But I was still encouraged by the Steelers' loss. They just have to tighten up the ball control. And I think we're going to see more Travion Henderson. I think Henderson's going to get a lesser role. I don't think they're going to bench him necessarily because he can still be effective. And he said it himself. He took full responsibility for it. It's an issue he's had kind of for the past couple of years. But I think Henderson going into the keys against the Panthers. Panthers run defense pretty bad. So this might be the game where you unleash Travion Henderson and get him going, and maybe he becomes that running back 1 that can keep control of the ball and be dynamic in both the passing and the running game. I think the biggest thing is, if you look at the schedule, this would be a trap game, even though the Patriots are 1-2. Like, no game should be a trap game. But next week you have Buffalo. That's obviously a big game for you in the division. The team that everybody assumes is going to win the division easily. If you want to make a statement against Buffalo, that would be a great time. But you got to beat the Panthers, who are going to come in with a lot of confidence off of that 30-0 win over the Falcons. However you feel about the Falcons, but Panthers were a team that kind of looked lost. In that last segment, we could have added Canales to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
He has not looked good in Carolina, but you beat the Falcons 30-0. Now, you have to see how the Panthers bounce back from that. And look, Bryce Young, he's not a quarterback that you can take lightly. Chibba Hubbard, good running back. Ted McMillan. The Panthers have pieces, but I think this Patriots team should be able to handle them and play well. Just cut down on turnovers. I think they'll be fine. So I guess to
You
answer
should
my
be
own
able to
question,
beat
they are
the
making a lot of
Panthers.
progress, and I like their progression. Would you say?
You should be able to beat the Panthers if we just had a head coach to head coach.
There you go. But I mean, look, they have to show up, they have to play, they have to execute. I think Drake May will have a good day, but don't take them lightly thinking about Buffalo because one and three looks a lot worse than 2-2 going into that Buffalo game next week.
Yep.
All right, that's my rundown on the Patriots. All right, let's get into picks. So looking at last week, oddly enough, we all went 3-2 last week. So in terms of standings wise, Jory, you're now 11-5, Key's 8-3, I'm 10-6. Jory was the only one to get Lions over the Ravens. That's the second time I've gone against my own hate and picked the Ravens, and they look like crap.
I know the same.
I
Like,
was not gonna sit here and go against my heart. Nope.
I just thought in Baltimore, what would a front running team do? Win at home.
Because the Lions are a good team. What does Baltimore do against good teams? Flounder
I
and
know.
forget that and
I just
mentally
thought
just
regular season, yeah, Baltimore will do that because that's the Baltimore thing to do. Win a game like that, fans go, "Oh man, we're the best team in the league. Look who we just beat." And it's like, no, it's just because you were at home. But to lose the way
they
that they
haven't
did,
started the season.
I mean, yes, to putting that Lions game on top of the Bills game, yeah, that's rough. Um, in terms of our team picks, I mean, Keys Eagles were the only one to win, and so you were the only one to get your team right. And then I was the only one to get our wild card pick right. Now I took the Bucks over the Jets because all else fails, I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield.
Aaron Glenn did a nice little jig on the sideline though. Baker had to
I
strike.
mean, I love the energy. That's something that they need. Now they had to finish the game, but I was
Do it
fine with
again
it.
if you win.
I mean, yeah, if they won, that probably would have been like cover of the like front page of ESPN. The website would have been showing him doing that and be like, "Oh, is Aaron Glenn changing the Jets?" But you lose, and now people are like, "Oh, finish the game." It's all right.
He thought he had finished the game. Baker just
Yeah.
decided,
Don't sleep on Baker.
Quick.
Don't sleep on him. 3 weeks, 3 game-winning drives. Um. All right, so let's see how we do this week. So, Jory, here are your picks.
I had the Seahawks over the Cardinals. Yeah. Because we're going to Houston, I'm going to pick my team. If they lose, I'm not picking them ever again.
Okay. All right.
That's where I am with it. And if they lose, I'll probably have a bag over my head.
Oh, you're gonna be like the
I mean,
Aints.
don't go the Saints route.
What how are the Titans any better than the damn Saints right now?
I mean, if
Other than
Cam
the
Ward,
quarterback.
you could have Spencer Rattler,
True. And my
Yes.
defense is younger.
and your cap isn't screwed up.
True. Thanks for bringing me back to reality. I needed that one. But I'm gonna pick my Titans over the Texans. I know for a fact that the Packers are gonna beat the crap out of the Cowboys because the Cowboys couldn't stop a parked car at a red light.
Okay.
I couldn't stop a parked car at a red light.
Couldn't stop a nose run.
Have you seen how Cowboys fans are going at Diggs now? Because he
Trash.
He had an ACL injury that took corners and ACLs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you'd be worse without him too.
True.
Just like when Micah and all of them were going, when Micah and Jerry were going at it, you had some Cowboys were like, "What did Micah do to me?"
Mhm.
Y'all
Now
see what
what?
Mike could do when
You
he ain't
see
there.
what Micah means to that team because y'all can't stop Jack Squad. You had one quarterback pressure.
Y'all can't stop me
One
from the ball,
in
and I'm
60
slow.
minutes. Did you touch the man hand after the coin flip?
There you go. From a Cowboys fan. Kerm, feel bad for you.
Right?
It's like the offense, yeah, it is what it is. Dak's gonna play well most of the year
Pickens needs to get it going.
when they're playing
That dude.
scrubs. CD probably gonna keep dropping stuff now.
Oh, he's out gonna be out for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, high ankle sprain.
So it's Pickens' team to okay.
Pickens better not have the
Pickens,
case of slip soapy fingers.
Pickens, Tolbert, Turpin.
Good
Turpin's
luck
a
with that.
Turpin's a speed demon, but as a wide receiver, he's all right. Ferguson might be the one who takes on a
Oh
bigger
yeah,
role.
that's all right. Let him keep that keep throwing to Ferguson. I got him in fantasy.
Yeah. But Pickens has to be the guy that they obviously thought he was in Pittsburgh as the, downfield threat.
I don't know
Problem
why
is,
people are surprised that he's acting up in Dallas when he don't get the ball. What did he do in Pittsburgh?
absolutely.
And now
I
you
mean,
got two emotional. You got two that like to act out and show bad body language on the sideline. Let's not count CD out of that too.
Mm-hmm.
he just messing with his money. Cause it's supposed to be his year to see who wants to possibly maybe sign him for a few more years. Go ahead and keep showing out and then be all
Keep
mad
on.
because you ain't getting the ball. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on, crash dummy. Keep on.
Yep.
Keep getting stupid penalties. Keep on. Anyway, Jets over the Dolphins because I like Aaron Glenn over at Mike McDaniel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Justin Fields can carve up that Miami secondary. And he can get
Oh,
away from that defensive line.
Fields is out.
Oh, he's out, out,
Yeah.
out.
It's Tyrod. Well, once
Tyrod.
again,
I
Baker
still
said
think
it's
Tyrod Taylor can
Tyrod.
still do the job.
Tyrod,
Yeah,
Elrod,
Baker
whatever.
just like casually threw that in. It's like, first off, it's Tyrod, but anyway.
Man, we've been calling you Tyrod Taylor for years. Get out of here.
Get
That's
out of
what,
here.
that's what Baker said. Baker said he knows for a fact it's Tyrod, but Tyrod just, I mean, only because Tyrod doesn't care, he lets people call him Tyrod.
Tyrod, Elrod. Y'all know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I think battle of the coaches is gonna see who has it more. I think that the Jets will come over. It might be like 3 points. I think Tua's gonna do something stupid to cost them the game, and Mike McDaniel's is not gonna help. And I do think we get another stupid and useless quote. And if they get blown out by the Jets, if they get blown
That,
out,
that would
McDaniel's
have
is
to be
gone
it.
by Monday.
Wait,
Yeah.
are they in MetLife or are they in Miami?
They are in, I want to say they're in Miami. Hold on, I can tell you.
And they've been losing in Miami.
Yeah, it's in Miami.
Oh, he might as well just leave the stadium. Don't even
Yeah.
go address the team. Don't do nothing. Just go. They know where you live at. They'll mail you. They'll put your stuff on your doorstep. Just go home. Call
Yep.
Uber. Just go home. Tell your wife you coming home. So soon? Yeah, so soon. Did you address the team? No. Not even gonna get no speech. Nothing.
No.
You know what they're gonna do? They gonna pink slip him like they did Herm Edwards right on the damn field.
Just go ahead and go home and rip your vape, big dog. Just rip the vape. Um, I got Broncos over the Bengals because the Bengals can't do nothing right now. Jack squad. What did the Vikings do to the Bengals?
Let them a new one.
Dismantle them.
Yeah.
Made Carson Wentz look like he was somebody.
What's up, Damien? Too soon to call Marvin Harrison a bust.
No, I think that was all. In my opinion, that was Kyler. I know
You got a
he.
midget throwing him the ball.
I know Marvin has some drops, but you got to get him. You got to get him involved early so he can get some touches to get that confidence. When you saw what happened once he caught the touchdown, he said, "Finally, this short little mother finally threw the ball right."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So if you're a Cardinals fan, you got to hope that touchdown leads to those two becoming a big threat. Now, as a Trey McBride fantasy owner, I hope that doesn't cut into his production too much. But where you took Marvin Harrison, he has to become a bigger part of the offense. So, Damon, I'd say it's too early for that, but I mean, not to say it's worth watching because I feel like, as you know, you guys said, if you're gonna look at the Kyler Murray Marvin Harrison connection and be like, what's wrong with it? You would look more towards Kyler Murray. Yeah, I think Harrison is a really good wide receiver.
Tyler need to stop going video game mode. This is not Call of Duty. This is not Fortnite. Stop doing that. And who is the offensive coordinator for the Cardinals?
The OC for the Cardinals?
Yes.
Have no clue, but I know who the head coach is. Gannon Dunn.
And they stink. The offense. The one thing about the Cardinals that pissed me off is that they're one of the most Jekyll and Hyde teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You went from no showing the entire first half. Oh, you figured out how to play football the second half, and then it got too late.
His name is Drew Petzig, and this is him.
Never heard of him.
Oh, the Seminoles are crashing out because they're losing to Virginia.
Oh boy.
And you know what? This is going to be a little rant. Sorry. My Alabama team lost to that Florida State team is losing to Virginia. Kalen DeBoer, you got to be ashamed of yourself. You lose to them and let Castellanos have one good week and talk his crap. You should have just been putting him on his butt. But, you know, thank God for Virginia.
But now you got to see, how does Florida State bounce back if they do lose? Like, how do they bounce back from that? Because they were feeling themselves. They were a top 10 team. Everybody kept talking about that Alabama game. Because I mentioned it after that game. If Florida State doesn't make the playoff after it, do we really care that they beat Alabama week 1, especially if Alabama turns their season around and makes the playoff? Do we care that they lost to Florida State? No.
I care.
Well, yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yes. I think this is the beta weekend for Call of Duty.
Luckily, he's not playing until next week because he already played yesterday.
So he got some time to test it out.
Mm-hmm.
But if he come back next week doing stupid stuff, I'm like, yeah, buddy, I know what you've been on.
Know what you was doing over the break.
Mm-hmm.
He will never live the video the film study clause down. Ever.
Nope.
That's how he got video game Kyler.
Oh no, the early access is next week, so he's good for another week.
My wild card, I'm gonna pick the Rams to beat the Colts.
Okay.
Because I'm mad. Because Daniel Jones is still not a good quarterback. I don't care what.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mirage.
Not a mirage.
Oh, speaking of,
and not the one on the Vegas trip.
Well, speaking of Daniel Jones, if you're a Giants fan, you're watching Daniel Jones with Indy, Saquon Barkley with Philadelphia, and you're stuck with Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray is a fraud.
He is. He's been a fraud. It's nothing but a short midget looking little leprechaun fraud.
He's short.
Yeah. And those little choppy steps when he's running.
He run like my friend said that he run like Jerry from Tom and Jerry.
He runs like little Mario.
Hmm?
Oh snap, he do. When he
Yeah.
he got the star.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is, Madden this year like put in Kyler Murray's running style. So when you scramble with Kyler Murray, he runs just like that. It's
Him and
hilarious.
Mahomes run the same. It's hilarious. Mahomes
Yeah.
runs 22, and when
Yes.
Mahomes walk, it looked like he locked. He walked to the side a little bit. Like, what is going on with equilibrium? Like, why are you leaning over?
Yeah, it's funny. What y'all think of the Cardinals jerseys last night?
Like when I seen him on paper, I was like, okay, but when I seen him in person, I was like, I don't know.
The helmets were ugly as hell. I'm like
the helmet I like, the like sandstorm jersey, it probably has to grow on me. I don't know.
When I seen him like when I seen him like on the on the internet in the picture, they look cool.
Mm-hmm.
But to see them in person, you like, oh, this is what they look like. It looked like they didn't get cleaned. I'm like, oh, they really dirt. Oh, that's their jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks dingy. The helmet is ugly. I
like the helmet.
I thought the helmet was fine.
The bird.
I'm waiting to see Miami's. Miami's got the best one out of Miami and San Fran. Got the best one so far.
Yeah, but Miami has the worst team to have a clean uniform on. Don't make no sense.
Yeah.
They don't deserve them.
Kerm didn't like him either.
I taught a putty tat. I did.
Okay.
Are they trying to pay homage to the fact that they're in Arizona and it's a desert?
Yeah. Yeah.
They missed.
Yeah, Dolphins black jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't bad. Those aren't bad. I'll give them that.
They don't deserve those.
All right, T, got your picks.
Alrighty then. So I decided to switch up the thumbnail little thingy thing here, give y'all a old school vibe of the arcade there. So all the teams that's in the first is the teams I picked to win. So pick Seattle, of course. Green Bay, Dallas. I feel bad for y'all because Micah's coming with a vengeance. Even though Micah need to hush because he was like, "Yeah, I know Dallas not gonna boo me." Okay. Talking about a tribute video. Ain't nobody giving no tribute video. They don't do that around there in Dallas. So just go ahead and beat up Dak. I still call the over on 2 sacks. I think we might get 2 sacks from Dak. Parsons on Dak. So going Green Bay. Got Denver to beat the Bengals. Got the Jets over Miami. I'm not picking my team this week. Tampa Bay has our number all the time. It's something about Tampa. They can never come to Philly to play. Never. We always in Tampa Bay. And I don't get it. We went down there a day early to beat the Heat, or because we're gonna be playing 104 Heat. And the Minnesota Lynx coach got tossed.
Huh?
Minnesota Lynx coach got tossed. She was upset.
Oh, I thought you mean she got fired. I'm like,
no, all I see was them getting teed up and Courtney Williams trying to calm her down. Nope, tee that up. I'm not picking my team. Something about Tampa Bay we can't beat. They always got a number. Yep, I'm still picking Tampa Bay with Mike Evans out. Yes, I am. Yep, because the dumbest things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, still taking Tampa Bay. If they prove me wrong. But this is one of the games I think we're going to lose to Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield's going to find our way back in it. Something dumb is going to happen. I can feel it. I sense it already. Something stupid going to happen. But taking Tampa Bay. If Tampa Bay do win, it's not going to be a blowout. I think it'll be at least by 10 or something like that. And I got the Rams or the Colts.
All right. I mean, look, Baker still has a Mecca Ibuka who has come on late and has proven to be a good wide receiver. Those Ohio State guys. All right, so I had Seahawks as well. I took the Packers, like you guys said, same reason. I took the Jets, and I was like, I thought one of y'all might take the Dolphins, but everybody's on the Jets, so I can't gain any ground there. I got the Broncos as well. I was tempted to go with the Bengals because something tells me, like, Browning could, because Browning's had good games last year when he filled in, so he is capable. I just don't like him against that Broncos defense,
Exactly.
who kind of needs to step up a little bit, but they definitely have the pieces there. Look, I'm taking the Patriots over the Panthers. I just think they're the better team. And then this one may surprise you. I'm taking the Falcons over the Commanders. And that's with knowing that Shane Daniels is out and
McLaurin's out. So yeah, I don't blame
McLaurin's
you
out
there.
too. But
Is that game
Atlanta
in
needed
Atlanta?
redemption.
Is the game in Atlanta?
yes,
Oh,
that
they
is my
better win.
reason for taking them, because it's in Atlanta.
They better
But
win this. If they don't, with all those little stupid scapegoaty moves that they done already made,
exactly. Falcons may
Sorry, I
look at
like
this and go, oh, we don't have Jaden Daniels. We're going against Marcus Mariota. We got this. Look,
this
Mariota
stadium.
could have a day. You never know. But I'm taking the Falcons.
Besides our stadium, I like Atlanta Stadium. That joint is lit. Absolutely lit, especially the swag surf and Big Tick and Tigger on the DJ. No, that joint was hot. They had Bone Crusher doing. Yeah, it was lit when I was there. Saw Luda. It was. If y'all ever can go to an Atlanta game, don't gotta be the Atlanta game. It could be the Bulldogs. That stadium is lit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder for Atlanta United, which
Beautiful stadium.
It is. It's really good.
I remember when they were building that thing. No, traffic wasn't beautiful.
I can imagine.
That's Atlanta. Atlanta just Final burn time. All right. Let's hear it.
Need my popcorn for this.
Cause I'm gonna get on two ass first. Cause I'm tired.
Nasty Samoan.
I thoroughly believe he took a hit to the head and rung his bell and woke up this just new reinvigorated person that's just not afraid to speak his little stupid ass mind. I think his brain is scrambled. I think he's fried. Some ain't right. If you look at him, sometimes the lights on, but it looked like something nobody's home. Tua, if you're gonna have that sentiment, have it for somebody like me. Don't have that for a Heisman Trophy winner who's actually been a pretty damn good quarterback. I didn't like Cam when he played. I hated him. But he was a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, actually. Better than you. He didn't do all of this at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if this was still the tour from Alabama, I'd be defending him right now. But you can't defend fried brain Tua. And Cam is speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth and you don't like it, Mr. Salty Tua. I'm sorry you got put on your coconut too much. I'm sorry. But you can't just sit here and just say these stupid quotes. I understand you're trying to defend yourself, but if you must have forgot who Cam Newton was. That's really what made me think something is wrong with this man. Cam was good 10 years ago. It was only 10 years ago. And I know you remember. Maybe you don't because you hit your head, but That whole team in Miami needs to blow it up. Trade Tyreek, fire McDaniel, get rid of Chris Greer. They're soft, they're fraudulent, they're front runners, they're devoid of talent outside of the defensive line. The offensive line can't block. They couldn't block a chihuahua. Um, the receivers outside of the two fast ones, what else?
Oh, where's Jalen Waller? Oh yeah, I forgot he's non-existent.
And what the point? What is the point of having two fast ass receivers if your stupid ass quarterback can't get the ball to their hands?
Waddle, waddle.
We haven't seen no waddles.
He did waddle last week.
Yeah, last week was one and only.
It was a little one, but he waddled.
Yeah.
He shouldn't. He should be walking.
So I still like that end zone dance.
I do. It's cute.
That's creative. Yeah.
And as a Bama girl, I hate to see Jalen Waddle being wasted like this too. If y'all not gonna use him, send him up to Tennessee. I'll take him. He can catch.
At least we doing Devontae a service. At least we doing him good.
Like, y'all doing Devontae really good. I appreciate that. Now that's why I was about to cuss Kevin Patullo out, because I'm like, I should put Devontae Smith on my fantasy team, and here you go, Kevin Patullo forgetting this man exists. They called him the Slim Reaper for a reason. Get that man the football.
I still cringe when he take a hit. I'm like, oh my god, he's so tiny.
Yeah.
I need a receiver. Look, Van Jefferson has been catching the ball since the regular season, but look, that one in the preseason haunts me. Get him off my team. Because that's the one in the regular season he's going to drop.
Right.
Anyway, next, the talkative two, the apple and the tree. And when I'm saying honey, there's nothing nice that's gonna come out of my mouth after that. I love Alec. I love him. I told him it was a name to watch. He's special.
How you say his last name?
I call him Ayo.
Okay, yeah, because I seen that.
I've gone with Io Minor.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
I've heard people say it, but I don't know.
I don't know what it is about Borgonzi and the people he done drafted. But you got Alec Ayomenor, Femi Oladejo, Kamira Dike. You know how long it took for me to get those?
Don't forget about Chig.
Oh yeah, Chigoziem Okonkwo.
Yeah.
Try to say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Back to the these two mouths of the mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Shador, darling, read the room. Read the room. You're not stupid. You have common sense. You know your situation. Sit on here on this mic talking about, I can do that. Well, if the Kevin Stefanski could thought you would, you'd be higher on the depth chart. You are a 5th round draft pick fighting for a spot. Don't sit here and say, oh, well, if you look at the quarterback play, I could do better than that. I'm ready to start. When you were playing against 2s and 3s, you were holding on to the ball too long, and you did not play well. We remember that. Now, I want to root for the kid. I do. Mm-hmm. I really, really want to root for him. But then he started opening his mouth. I'm like, there is a very fine line between confidence and arrogance. That line has already been crossed. It ain't no way, I don't give a god, I don't care which one of the Sanders family defenders says he's just confident. No, he's arrogant. He lacks tact. He doesn't know when to be quiet. Nobody told you to be this. Nobody taught you to be quiet. Certain things you don't need to say. Not every, like, I understand him completely believing in his abilities.
Mhm.
I want him to. But not everything needs to be vocalized, especially in your position. And instead of mentioning this is coming off of a win. So you're not mentioning the defense, you're not mentioning anything good that's happened with the team and winning. You're saying I could start because look at how these other quarterbacks are playing. You looked worse when you played. Smooth brain airhead. Like, that's why I understand nepotism, but when you raise your children, everybody, to think that they don't stink and that they can do nothing wrong and they're the best thing since sliced bread, instead of having them be confident but not arrogant, you get idiots like Shador. He's an idiot for that. That was an idiotic statement. You don't say that. And then his daddy over here saying that the Jacksonville Jaguars are wasting Travis Hunter's talent. Man, worry about Colorado.
He's getting used how they see him fit.
They're bringing him on slowly, which is like, I like that. You don't want, if he's going to be a dual threat player, you don't want to give him too much too quickly. Dumb. You need to worry about what's going on in Boulder and why y'all can't stop the run and why you can't block it for anything and what's going on with that defense. Worry about that. Instead of, I understand you're going to be invested in these players, but you know what I think, Mr. Sanders, is because you've always had a Shador Sanders, you don't know how to coach and develop a quarterback. Or you've always had somebody like a Travis Hunter or something like that. You forgot that you got the rest of the team. You're getting exposed right now, and yet you're worried about what Jacksonville is doing with Travis Hunter. Mind the business that pays you. Let that man develop. Sorry. I just look. When I heard that they're wasting Travis Hunter's talent, how about
it's only week 4, Dion? It's only week 4.
It's week 4. He's thinking too much. They're condensing it so he doesn't have to think as much. You can tell when he plays.
Yeah, it was naive to think that Hunter was just going to come in week 1 and play every snap on defense, every snap on offense. That's a lot to process. So I agree with you. I think the way that Jacksonville's doing it would be the way that I would want my team to do it if they had him. You tell him to focus on one side of the ball, and then you sprinkle him in certain, packages or plays on the other side.
And if Dion forgot, that's what his ditzy delusional Fruit Loop ass did. He specialized on defense, and they sprinkled him in on offense. Yeah, because they are. If you look at them on, if you even watch the tape, they are.
Yikes!
And I'm gonna get on them in a second. Bunch of toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me just go ahead and move on to them. Them two need to be quiet. Father and son. Y'all look stupid. You sound dumb. Dion has bigger fish to fry other than Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
What have you done? You've had 3 years. You haven't done anything with the offensive line. You've barely done anything with the defensive line. Right, Bella? Now that Shador is gone, you're having this revolving door at quarterback because you don't know what. Pick one and develop them.
I'm sorry, Pat Shermer stinks as offensive coordinator.
And so does Warren Sapp.
That's who the OC is. Yeah, it's like Warren Sapp. You got
He's not the
T.O. You got all
OC,
these big names running
He's the
around there.
DC.
huh?
Yeah,
No, he's not
He's
the
the
he's not
DC.
the he's not the defensive coordinator.
Whatever the hell he is.
He's a
Huh?
he's one of the D line coaches. He's not the coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
He's a
all these
D-line
big
coach,
names
and the
in that
D-line
team.
can't get pressure.
Yeah, Marshall Falk does the running backs, and then Leftwich deals with the quarterbacks. I think.
You know what the Colorado are? What they are? The Colorado names.
Right, all it's proven is okay, Dion.
Dude, I'm waiting for T.O. or Chad next. I mean, you might as well bring in a receiver. You might as well bring in a receiver.
Yeah.
Chad been begging for a job, so just bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
Just
You'll have
call
free
it-
McDonald's.
Coke, no ice.
And Colorado's the bottom of the Big 12 again this year.
Yeah, because he's never really addressed the things that were the issue. He's just covered it up in pompous and grandeur and all this other crap. And he's never really addressed it. I'm on to him. He's a fraud.
Now I can say they did upgrade in running back. The line still suspect.
Yeah,
That defense, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
And hold on one second.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what Prime's doing up there. That defense still can't stop nobody.
Back on to the Featherbrains. Y'all are pathetic. You drama. Is this football or is this acting? I have never seen so much head wiggling. That. And Derek.
They broke that man.
You are entirely too big. £250, and you throwing your body around like a fish out of water. That's why your big ass fell on the bench. That's what you did. Because why are you doing that?
That was fun though.
You're like, he got a 4-year-old. I expect that from a 4-year-old, not from a 32-year-old. The tantrums, all of that. Look, why is every time the camera pans to that Ravens sideline,
Speaking
looks
of
like
Derek
a
Henry,
funeral?
he on TV.
I'm like, y'all are on national television, throwing your bodies around like that, acting like a teenage girl who gets told no. What are we doing? And Lamar had snakehead syndrome because he forgot that his head is supposed to sit straight on his shoulders and not flap around. Every time something crazy happened, There you go. He forgot how to walk. I'm like, I expect that out of my little sisters. You a grown-ass man. Act like it. Like, that really bothered the crap out of me.
I noticed it too. Like they're acting like a team that feels like this year is slipping from them slowly, and they don't know how to fix it. And we're in week 4. It's way too early to be acting like that.
Lamar is so stat pad happy. He took 7 sacks.
Yeah, and a lot of them he was staring at the defender like in his face and just allowed it to happen. And that's not what we're supposed to believe Lamar is. Like Lamar's supposed to be the great scrambler out of the pocket to get away from it. He was just back there just taking those hits.
He should have had about 3 picks. If the Lions defenders could catch, they'd be receivers. But still.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh, every time there's a big game, I wish you would have had a picture of him in that face. I should have told you to bring that up.
I got you.
Because every time there is a big, they're not going to use old Hopkins. They're not gonna do that.
They
They're gonna
need
It
try to
raises
to.
run.
the
They need
question.
to, but
You're not going to use them in the red zone. What would you get them for?
right. But pull up a picture of that Harbaugh face. Y'all know the exact one that I'm talking about. Because it's every
Hold on.
time they get play in a big game. No, the one on the sideline.
I know he gonna be at Wawa. This is where he gonna be at next. He gonna be at Wawa.
Every time. Every time you're on the sideline, he just and something crazy happens. Like, yeah, you got your butts kicked because you tried to be just like Detroit, and Detroit showed you who the real ones are. You're frauds. This little dumbass look on his face, like he don't know what's going on. He's like, I'm like, okay, do something. Don't just stand there. Do something. Adjust. Like the
I know
Ravens
Ravens
talk
fans
so
had
much.
this stick. Come on, do something.
Do something. You just standing there looking stupid, like your brain has just been fried off, like your mind is just blown, and you've never seen that in your life. I've never seen that before in my
Oh
life.
yeah,
That's
Baltimore
the
do
look
got
you got
Royal
on your
Farms.
face.
They don't got Wawa in Baltimore.
Well, they need to take him to Chesapeake Bay.
You can go to Royal Farms and sell some chicken.
Do some. Because right now his defense is barbecue chicken, and I
You
don't
gonna
know
be at
why
Sheets,
his little his smooth brain is keep trusting him.
or you gonna be at Sheets.
He keeps trusting that defense, and I'm like, you're gonna die on that sword, aren't you? And every time you do it, you got this stupid look on your face.
Not finding the look. Yeah.
Or the AFC Championship.
But he used to have that face all the time against Belichick in the playoffs because we knew like Belichick and McDaniels used to love like they debut in like random formations, and he looked like he never understood it. Because one game he cried about it and talked about that's illegal, and I think Belichick had the response like, oh no, it was Tom Brady. Tom Brady was like, maybe you should read the rule book. And then Harbaugh used the same formation the very next season. But
That's my biggest issue. This team is too talented on paper.
yeah,
And where's Matabike? I know he hurt, but before that, where'd he go?
that's a good question.
And Ravens fans need to realize y'all have an issue. And y'all been wanting to cover up for Harbaugh for years. The last 3 years, y'all haven't wanted to have this conversation. Because y'all haven't started playing like you do in the playoffs in the regular season. Well, not you're starting to do that now, and you're starting to do it early on.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Well, before it was Greg Roman, remember?
It was
It was
Greg
the same
Roman's
OC,
fault.
the same OC that spearheaded the Lamar MVP season. All of a sudden, wasn't good enough. Monken will become the next scapegoat, and they'll keep.
Munkin deserves to be a scapegoat. Why the hell would you call that?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Monken's play calling for a guy who coached at Georgia, which was running back you, the fact that he goes away from Derrick Henry so willingly is astonishing. But he'll use Zay Flowers on a jet sweep. Zay Flowers is a tiny wide receiver. You trying to get him blown up? Like, it
Yes,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Henry need at least about 20 plus catches for Baltimore. 20 plus carries for Baltimore to win.
When's the last time we've seen Lamar throw a screen pass to Derrick Henry?
Never.
So we're acting like Derrick Henry can't catch. Like, he'll
he
throw it to
can.
Justice Hill all day, but he will very rarely throw to Derrick Henry.
And he's a very good catcher when you give him the opportunity. My thing was the little stupid play in the red zone where you are in between the 5 yard line and you want this man to throw a damn fade route.
Yeah.
Why would you do some double pitch fade route crazy crap?
Mm-hmm.
What? And you look stupid because it almost got picked off.
Yep.
Yeah, your running back's not supposed to be making that throw. Your quarterback is. If you're going to do that, if you're going to run that type of play, let him make the choice whether to run it or to pass it. Because that's where he's effective with that play, where he sells people out thinking he's going to run and then he pull up and jump pass it. He's revitalized the T-bone. Not no stupid amounts of effery, candy cane effery that was. I'm like, y'all didn't deserve to score right there, but all right.
Mm-hmm. And Henry would usually do that at a wildcat.
Exactly.
Not offset and shotgun and then pitch it to him and then expect him to throw it.
You only get a man 12 carries a game and you shocked when he fumbled at the end of it. Giving him only 12 is setting him up to fumble. Fool. And he got to get out of his own head. But the main thing about this team that I'm really disappointed is that body language. That was terrible. And you couldn't even ignore it. You could not ignore it. Because every time you saw Lamar walking off the field, it was.
But he the main one that caused it. Messing the plays, holding it, taking sacks. He the main one.
Like they made, who's the DN? Muhammad from the Lions. They made him a household name.
They sure did.
Oh, did Florida State lose? No. That game's in overtime, but yeah, Virginia is winning.
They went to overtime?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's my little spiel.
All right. Look, I agree with all three of them. The Baltimore, the body language screams mentally weak, screams front running. It screams like lack of accountability. And look, Anthony's correct. Do we see Lamar really throw the ball away?
No,
not really.
That's why his passer rating so high.
Oh, I'm so sick of that stat. The amount of people who are like, Lamar is the highest passer rating. Yeah, and there's still like 8, 9 quarterbacks I'd rather have on a final drive when I need to score than Lamar. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, it's easy to have a high passer rating when you're dumping it to Justice Hill, you're throwing to Mark Andrews over the middle. Okay, and he's gonna do that all year. He'll have the stats and everything. We'll get to the end of the year. Ravens fans would be like MV3, and we'll probably be on this show and be like, maybe you should go to so and so, and people will be like, oh, well, look at the stats. This is now week 4. If you look at Buffalo, I can make the argument the Ravens have the better roster. They lose that game. You look at the Lions, as talented as the Lions are, you put both rosters on paper, you could make the argument Ravens have the better roster, and they got bullied. Now you have Kansas City. Once again, looking at on paper, the Ravens have the better roster. Will they get it done? Something tells me, I know a lot of people think the Ravens are going to right the ship and get the win. I have a weird feeling the Chiefs are going to pull that game. If the Chiefs win that game, it is going to be red button panic alert in Baltimore, because they'll be 1-3. Yeah, the division stinks, whatever, but that'd be the third, you could say, AFC threat that they've lost to. So how are we supposed to think that y'all have figured this out and are going to be a Super Bowl contender if you can't even beat these teams now in the regular season when you used to beat them? Baltimore seems like to me a team that needs home field advantage, but they even lost in that case when Kansas City went in there, beat them a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they keep playing around like this. They're gonna end up going on the road. They might win wild card weekend because normally they get a team with like an inexperienced quarterback or something. But then when they have to go somewhere like a Buffalo, or let's say they have to go to LA or something like that in the divisional round, then they're gonna fall short again. It will be right back here with probably Monken getting replaced. Um, I don't know. They'll probably sign some other. I don't call D Hop over the hill, but they'll sign some other big name wide receiver for no reason. They did this with OBJ. What did OBJ do his time in Baltimore? Nothing.
Dance.
That's all he did. He literally just danced while other players scored touchdowns. He ran in with them to celebrate. That's all he did. And now D Hop, I kind of feel bad for him. Because that one play against the Lions where D Hop ran up the sideline and Lamar threw it like 20 yards behind him because I guess Lamar wanted him to do a stop, I don't know, or a back shoulder throw or something like that. And D Hop just looked back at him like, and Lamar's over there just like, and I was just like, see, that's where I have a problem. But yeah, that's their problem to figure out. I mean, Key, did you have anybody you're gonna burn?
Yes, I did.
All right.
I keep forgetting to make the dang on graphic.
No, you good.
Mr. Hold on, keep looking at his name. Oh, Chad Ryland. Chad Ryland, you had one job, sir. One job last night. You had one job. You made Kyler Murray and did all that work to come back and score the game and take the lead. What did you decide to do? Not kick the ball in the landing zone. And because of that stupid rule this year, the landing zone, you don't kick it. You bring the ball to the 40. They're in field goal range already. They did all of that work to get automatically put in field goal range. One pass, and then they needed a couple of yards. Boom, field goal. Game over. Why, sir? Why? And getting his time management is horrible. This is why Seattle had that timeout in their back pocket. Yeah, they had plenty of time. They had 38 seconds, I think. Plenty of time to drive down the field. If you would have kicked the ball right, y'all would have won this game. Yes, I'm putting you on the final burn, sir. What kind of kick? You shouldn't have went in the locker room last night. You should have just went home. You should have just left your stuff, left your pads, everything at the locker room entrance, and just went home. Just go home. Just go home. That kick is horrible, and I hate the rule. I hate it. Kickoff rule is stupid. You automatically go to the 40. That is great field position.
I get the purpose of it, and kick returns are up this year. That's what the league wanted when a lot of fans were worried that kick returns were just going to be wiped out, because that was brought up that you eliminate the kickoff, you just start on I think it was like the 25 and just go from there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would have been boring and it takes away an exciting play. The problem is these special team coordinators and these kickers are trying to get too cute with it, because now they're trying to like kick it towards the front of the landing zone, hoping that you get a returner that hesitates a little bit and it lands and then bounces off them. You can get a recovery or something like that. I get it, but in that situation with Ryland, just kick it in the landing zone.
Just boot it.
Field, be safe with it. Trust your coverage team to make a tackle, and force Seattle to go. I don't know, 70. Well, probably not 70 because you didn't need a touchdown, but like force them to go like 40 yards to get in the field goal range. By that little blunder, all Seattle needed was probably like 25, 30 yards, if that. That little difference is, as you saw, the difference between winning and, Sijin and other Seahawks fans wondering what's going wrong. And now the Seahawks winning and looking like, as I said early in the season, a team that could be trouble for some of these NFC teams because McDonald with that defense, and if Darnold looks like what he did last year for about 75-80% of the year, they have the talent to do some things in Seattle. Kenneth Walker got going last night. Love to see that. That's going to be big for Darnold in that offense. So it's, I mean, Anthony, you say Darnold sucks, but they're 3-1. And Darnold last year, mid-season, was in MVP talks. So he has the ability. Like, he's years removed from the Jets. We have to forget about that. For being honest, Jets haven't developed a quarterback in how long? Like, Justin Fields, we'll see how they do with him, but you look at Mark Sanchez, their best quarterback recently is probably Chad Pennington. Name your favorite Chad Pennington throw. Like, look, as a Patriots fan, Chad Pennington, Chad Pennington was a gamer. He played hurt. He didn't have the strongest arm, but he was smart. But that's not a quarterback that wins you big games. So Darnold looks like a guy that's more confident in his ability. And Saijan, you could probably agree with me. The broadcast zeroed in on that throw to, I think it was Bobo, where Darnold stepped back. He looked left, looked right, recognized there was an open, went back to the middle, threw it in a tight window to Jake Bobo. That's a throw that Jet Darnold does not make. So he is developing. Is he great? No, but I wouldn't say he sucks.
All JSN had to do was not do that penalty. They would have been one. And he got the dad stare because he said this is bullshit on TV. And everybody was looking at him. I was like, oh, he got the mom stare.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Appreciate that. And Virginia did win, so there you go, Jory. Florida State won. All right. Well, I mean, that's all we got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Appreciate those of you that were in the chat. Make sure you come back next week for more of the same, more rants, more laughs, more information, and just our honest opinions on all this. So, yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, follow wherever platform you're watching on. Check out the other great shows here on the network.
Yeah, the Raiders do suck. They absolutely do.
Yeah.
Doo-doo butter. They fall in the doo-doo butter category. Doo-doo butter.
Next week, there will be another precision index.
Yes. So look forward to that next week. We'll be debuting version 2 of our precision index. We'll see which teams have moved around because it'll be 4 weeks in. Some teams, look, you have to see where Baltimore lands on that one because that's going to be a conversation starter for sure. But for myself, Key and Jory, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the games. And make sure you're back here next week for Passion and Precision. We are out.